Hello again. I'm not sure how many days I've been doing these live videos for now. I've lost track. Not that it matters really. Today I wanted to talk about thoughts and just how important they are. So I've had quite a few people say to me about how they wake up some days and they're just feeling really flat. And when I say to them, what have you been thinking about? Quite often they'll turn around and say to me, well, I haven't been thinking about anything. But to not think about anything, I would say it's not impossible, but it's really hard not to be thinking about anything. They say, whoever they are, that the average human being has around 50,000 thoughts a day. Now, I don't know how they come up with those figures, but it's pretty obvious that we do have thousands and thousands of thoughts a day. Most of them are subconscious. Most of them we're not aware of. For example, just moving your arm. If I lift my arm up here, the amount of thoughts and work that my brain has to do that is incredible. Somebody told me that there's 137 muscles from the tip of your finger up to your shoulder. All of those muscles are working, all the tendons and everything else that's going on. But I don't have to think about it. So most of the stuff that we're doing, our heart beating, our eyes, when you're looking at this video now, most of that stuff is going on in your brain subconsciously. So a lot of the work that I do as a therapist is helping people to make their unconscious thoughts or subconscious thoughts conscious. Because if you're waking up and you're feeling really flat in the morning, unless, like we've said before, unless you've got a chemical imbalance there, which happens with depression, most of the time it's because of what you'll be thinking about at some level, whether you've gone to bed thinking about it, or you've dreamt about it, or you've woke up and those thoughts are just running in the background, almost like a tape, just playing over and over and over again, and you've played them that many times that you're not even aware of them. For example, if you're waking up and you're thinking about, I've got no work today, or money's slack, if you think about it, if my thoughts are negative, then that's going to lead to a negative feeling. So the theory is that it's thoughts equals feelings equals behaviour. So if I'm having negative thoughts, that's going to tap into negative feelings. If I'm feeling negatively, then that's going to affect how I behave. It makes common sense if you think about it. So it's thoughts, feelings, behaviours. So the key here is that if I can control my thoughts, then that's going to have a massive effect on how I'm feeling, which is going to in turn have a massive effect on how I behave. If I'm having a good day, my thoughts are positive, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling confident, things seem to just bounce off me. You can hit me with virtually anything and things just bounce off me. And if I'm having a bad day, for whatever reason, my thoughts are negative, I'm feeling a bit flat, I'm feeling a bit down, somebody will say something to me and it'll stick, it'll bother me, and another day it won't bother me, and that all starts with thoughts. So that's why things like meditation, people talk about meditation and things like that are really important. All things like meditation are, and there's loads of different ways to meditate, which we can go into on another tape. It's all about just controlling the thoughts, bringing the thoughts all the way down and starting to isolate them and gain more control over them. Whether you can ever, like we said before about killing the ego, whether you can ever kill all your thoughts, I'm not sure about that. I've meditated on and off. I'm not as consistent with it as I could be, but I've found it really hard to get rid of all the thoughts. There's normally something going on. Like I said, a lot of it's subconscious anyway. When I'm working with some of the boxers, one of the things that I say to people is that an equation that I show them is basically pretty similar. It's basically performance, so their performance is equal to their ability, which makes sense. If they've got a lot of ability, obviously that's going to help their performance, but there's a minus in there, and the minus is interference, and the interference comes from the thought process. So if a boxer's getting in the ring, he's full of doubts, even though he's got really good ability, but he's full of doubts, that's going to affect his performance. So performance equals ability minus interference. And the first one that I said to you is thoughts equal feelings equal behaviour. So, but it all comes down to thoughts. Our thoughts are massive. So it's working on your thoughts, working on your patterns. And like I say, when I'm working with people, that's one of the things I'm working on, taking the thoughts from their subconscious and making them conscious. When I'm aware of it, then I can start changing my thoughts. So, you know, I'd advise you to sit down and, you know, use your own thoughts to look at your own thoughts really, and see what you've been thinking about and realise how that affects your mood, how you're feeling and the rest of it. So enjoy the rest of your day. Monitor your thoughts. They're your thoughts. It's your head. I was talking to a guy recently and he was going through some bad times. This happened a few times actually. And he said he just kept playing the same scenario over and over and over again in his head, and it was driving him mad, the same pictures. So we worked on changing the pictures, which is really changing the thoughts. Have a good day, Martin. My friend Martin's just come on. So hi Martin, I hope you're well, and have a good day yourself, mate. Everybody out there, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.